Welcome back to the Radio Surgery Hour. This is Rob Redstone here with Dr. Gil Liederman at the WABC studios in the heart of New York City. We're just a few steps from the Radio Surgery New York Cancer Treatment Center on Broadway and 38th Street. Dr. Liederman, the leading cancer expert, treats prostate cancer non-invasively. He was the first in New York with fractionated brain radiosurgery, and he's the first in America and in the Western Hemisphere with body radiosurgery. Hey, Dr. Liederman, we're back.
Hi, we're back. It's Dr. Liederman. I'm here with John. Good morning, all. We're at 212 Choices. You're welcome to call in your questions. So is this an article in the New York Times about the doctor shortage that's anticipated? It's anticipated that because of Obamacare and many people moving to Medicaid, right, which is insurance provided by the state and subsidized by the federal government, that there's going to be a doctor shortage. And they quoted many people. This was in the New York Times just on the 28th, so 2 days ago. Now, Medicaid has often had a shortage of doctors because they pay lower rates, and many doctors don't accept those rates, and so it's very hard for some patients to find good doctors. And the New York Times says, quote, "Yet in just 5 weeks, millions of additional Americans will be covered by the program, many of them older people with a variety of health problems. The Congressional Budget Office predicts 9 million people will gain coverage through Medicaid next year alone. In many of the 26 states expanding the program, the newly eligible have been flocking up to sign," quote, unquote. And, I mean, there's several points to this, one of which is for Obamacare to work, obviously people have to be buying health insurance, sure, not going on Medicaid. Medicaid is a free insurance. And one of the points of the article is that many people are now learning that they're eligible for Medicaid that didn't know they were eligible before.
I see, okay.
So it's called the woodwork effect. It's listed in the article. And it says, adding to the expansion of the Medicaid rules is a phenomenon that experts are calling the woodwork effect, in which people that had been eligible for Medicaid even before the Affordable Care Act are enrolling because now they've learned about the program through publicity with the new law. So as a result, they say, Medicaid rolls are growing even in states like Florida and Texas that are not expanding the program. So even though they're not expanding, more and more people are learning about it and signing up.
Sure.
And I talk about it mainly only because we try to accept all insurances, and we do that because we believe that everyone should have a chance to come to us. And we try to eliminate as many obstacles, which is why we return people's calls. We send them a booklet. We have a program called the Urgent Consultation Service, where we actually promise someone that we'll see them within one business day about their cancer problem. And many people have called and taken advantage of that, and within one day they've seen us, we've worked them up, we've got whatever they need, a PET scan or a biopsy, and done the evaluation, sometimes where people waited years.
Yeah, I was going to say the email you read earlier, almost the perfect option for them. Give you a call and schedule
that's a perfect option.
Yeah.
They don't have to say, I can't get an appointment with a doctor.
Sure.
I'm going to have my surgery on the 18th. I don't want to see anybody. Right. Well, this is the kind of person that really needs to see
Exactly.
someone.
Perfect candidate.
And very rarely is radical prostatectomy an urgent procedure. It's urgent that he learns about the options.
Sure.
It's much more urgent that he learns about the options than he actually has a radical prostatectomy, which is irreversible. So, yes, there's a Medicaid doctor shortage. We take all the insurances, Medicare, Medicaid insurances, most all of them. We try to take most all of them, and we keep on working on most all of them. There's another article in New York Times this week on the 26th about BRCA. BRCA is a gene that predisposes to breast cancer and ovarian cancer. And Jewish Ashkenazi women are much more at risk for that gene than others. We have a caller, so we're going to try to take this call. Hello?
Hi, this is Dr. Eisen.
Hello, Dr. Eisen. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Can we hear him on the line? Are you okay with Coop? So, would you mind to call the ABC number, which is?
800-848-9222. 800-848-9222.
Would you mind to call that, please? That 800 number for WABC, please. Thank you. Okay, so in Israel, a larger proportion, about 2.5 times more women carry this BRCA gene. And there's a whole question about what to do with all these women that have BRCA positive, which puts women at higher risk for breast cancer and ovarian cancer. The government is trying to screen more women. Obviously, there's a lot of Ashkenazi Jewish women in New York and the surrounding areas, so it's something that could be translatable to any woman, and especially in any woman who has a family history. If your mother or your aunt or your sister has breast cancer or ovarian cancer, you may want to get staged up and see if you have the BRCA gene. Like Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie had the BRCA. Her mother died of breast cancer, and she underwent a bilateral radical mastectomy or modified radical mastectomy. They didn't explain the exact details. She probably had a subcutaneous, which meant they took out the breast tissue without taking off the skin or the nipple. So it's certainly something that's important to think about. We have Dr. Eisen back on the line. Good morning, Dr. Eisen.
Friedman.
How are you today?
Very good. I was listening.
I just want to comment. I just want to introduce you to the listeners. Dr. Eisen is a Spanish-speaking radiation oncologist, born in South America, educated there, trained in New York City, and is devoting his life to taking care of Spanish patients who need attention, cancer attention. And he also will see someone within 24 hours, our urgent cancer consultation, just by calling us at 212-CHOICES.
Dr. Liederman, I got a phone call yesterday from a patient that went at a major center in Cleveland, and with abdominal pain and a history of pancreas cancer in the head of in the tail of the pancreas. He was there for almost 15 days with tests, with this, with that, and I was very surprised that it took them 15 days.
Well, let's talk about what we do. So let's not want to criticize everyone all the time. So if that patient came to you, you call them, you make an appointment, we'd probably get a PET scan within a day.
The patient did not have a PET scan for 15 days.
Right. So if they came to you, in a day, we'd probably have a PET scan. We'd probably get a needle biopsy of that, and we know what's going on. We'd get cancer markers like CA19-9 and CEA, and we know what the patient has, have proof of it, and where it is.
Absolutely. And I was very surprised. And that's why I think that in our center, to move into a very quick way of managing the patients in almost 48 hours, that's the way to go. So then you can actually start moving and making decisions.
Well, we're going to, I appreciate it. How do people find you? Because I have one more caller, and we're almost at the end of the hour. So how do people find you?
For the Spanish community, is 917-836-8105. One more time, 917-836-8105.
And in English?
That's 917-836-8105.
And Dr. Eisen's opening a new radio show Thursday, which you call him. He'll tell you more about. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And on the other line, we have Eileen from Queens. So, Eileen, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Liederman. I just wanted to, first of all, thank you for having me as your new patient this week. Everything you said was absolutely true. I called you. You saw me within 24 hours, had the PET scan, set up a treatment plan, options, and I want to say you listened to me more in 1 or 2 hours than I have been listened to in 2 years. I don't know what the end result will be, but just for that day, I want to thank you.
So you've had lots of experience with cancer doctors and cancer in New York City, right?
Yes.
So how would you compare our facility and staff to elsewhere?
The staff was absolutely wonderful. I'm also legally blind, and they were wonderful about that. And I was taken right away. I wasn't given any appointments until January for advanced cancer.
You mean elsewhere?
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
And like I said, I felt more than anything else I was listened to for the first time since this nightmare began.
Well, we try to treat each person respectfully and listen to the patient. And what you tell me is what many people tell me, that sometimes their doctors only spend a few minutes with them. And I don't think you can really appreciate who the patient is and know about the patient in those minutes. So I appreciate that. I wish you well, and God bless you.
I'll see you Monday.
Thanks for calling,
see
Eileen.
you Monday. We're just about at the end of the hour. I know we have another caller, Jerry. I'm going to not be able to take your call just because we're at the end of the hour, but we have another show tomorrow morning from 6 to 7 and from 9 to 10 p.m. So 6 to 7 a.m. and 9 to 10 p.m. That's on 710 radio. For those who want more information, please call us at 212-CHOICES. You can call most anytime you want. Jerry, I'd urge you to call us either over the weekend or to the listeners tomorrow. Call us at 212-CHOICES between 6 and 7 a.m. or 9 to 10 p.m. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great weekend. God bless you, and we wish you good health. Bye-bye now.
Thanks for tuning in to the Radio Surgery Hour with Dr. Gil Liederman and myself. If you have questions before next week's show, just contact Dr. Liederman at 212-CHOICES. That's 212-246-4237. That's 212-246-4237. This is Rob Redstone. Till next week.
Here's Dr. Gil Liederman, New York's only Harvard-trained, triple-board-certified radiation cancer doctor. If chemosurgery or radiation isn't working or isn't tolerated, when cancer and its pain and symptoms aren't getting better, seek a fresh second opinion at Radiosurgery New York's Urgent Cancer Consultants for innovative, custom-tailored cancer treatment. See our experts within one business day because we know your time and your life are precious. Our goal is proper diagnosis and effective, non-invasive outpatient treatment. Decades of leadership, first in New York with brain radiosurgery, first in America with body radiosurgery for cancers of the brain, body, and prostate, all custom-tailored for you. Call 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES for a prompt appointment and free booklet DVD. Super convenient, 38th and Broadway, with most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid accepted. You're next at Radiosurgery New York. Just call 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES.
This is where New York comes to talk. Legendary 77 WABC, New York, a Cumulus station.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. At least one person is dead, but that number is expected to go higher after a police helicopter crashed through the roof of a PAC Scotland pub.
77 WABC.
Here's Dr. Gil Liederman, New York's only Harvard-trained, triple-board-certified radiation cancer doctor. If chemosurgery or radiation isn't working or isn't tolerated, when cancer and its pain and symptoms aren't getting better, seek a fresh second opinion at Radiosurgery New York's Urgent Cancer Consultants for innovative, custom-tailored cancer treatment. See our experts within one business day because we know your time and your life are precious. Our goal is proper diagnosis and effective, non-invasive outpatient treatment. Decades of leadership, first in New York with brain radiosurgery, first in America with body radiosurgery for cancers of the brain, body, and prostate, all custom-tailored for you. Call 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES for a prompt appointment and free booklet DVD. Super convenient, 38th and Broadway, with most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid accepted. You're next at Radiosurgery New York. Just call 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES.
Welcome, everybody. It's the Radio Surgery Show with Dr. Gil Liederman, MD, New York's only Harvard-trained, triple-board-certified radiation oncologist who brings you the latest cancer treatment news, interviewing world-renowned cancer experts, delving into special cases, and, of course, answering your questions. I'm Rob Redstone, broadcasting from the WABC studios in the heart of New York City. And now, please welcome Dr. Liederman.
Hi, good morning. It's Gil Liederman. I'm here with John Taransky. How are you, John?
I'm good, doctor. How are you?
Hope you're all doing fine, having a great weekend. Coop is at the controls. He's in charge and managing us all, and Mike is assisting him. So if you have calls, We are live. I know it's hard to believe in this world of
That's right.
prepackaged.
Everything's premeditated these days, but we are live.
Prepackaged, plasticized. We are live. We're just a few steps from our office, which is at 38th and Broadway. Again, it's Dr. Lederman. Our number is, what's our number?
800-848-WABC. 1-800-848-9222.
Right. So you're welcome to call in. I sometimes don't know exactly what we're going to talk about because things in medicine change so quickly.
Yep.
And last night I got this email. I actually woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and read this email, and I was really so shocked. I thought it was one of the most important things I could talk about. So this is the email. It came to me 11 o'clock last night, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Hello, Dr. Gill. My husband was just diagnosed with prostate cancer on November 25th, so that's this week, and is scheduled for surgery on December 18th, 2013. That's just in 2.5 weeks. I'm very concerned because he's at high risk for the reason that he had triple bypass heart disease and now has stents in the heart. So he had bypass and stents. He also had abdominal aortic aneurysm stents done in January 2013. His wife goes on, please help me if surgery is his only option. I've heard and read information about your radiosurgery and other options. How can I convince my husband to have radiosurgery? I think out of frustration, my husband decided to have surgery. He says he wants it out. Please help me enlighten him about no open surgery, which is radiosurgery. Thank you," and her name. So it's actually an appeal. She's appealing at the last moment. He was just diagnosed. It seems strange that you get diagnosed this week and you're scheduled for surgery so quickly. I mean, who would want to have surgery 1 week before Christmas? I might say, who'd want to have surgery at all?
Right.
So why do I say that? Okay, so let's talk about this case and what this woman can tell her husband. And I'm sure there's some listeners out there that are in a similar situation. What's the truth about prostate cancer? Many people are led to believe that if you remove the prostate, you're home free.
Right. It's completely taken out. It's gone.
So if you remove the prostate, your cure rate should be 100%, right?